Just wanted to let you know that you are amazing, special, and capable of anything. Thank you for watching this video and taking a positive step for your learning. Alright, so today we are looking at measures of spread and center. So measures of spread are talking about how spread out or not so spread out your data is. And the main way we measure spread of data is by using something called a range, which is the biggest number minus the smallest piece of data, as you would have hopefully found out in the little music video before. And measures of center is talking about how do we describe the middle of a data set. So there's two ways of doing that. There is the mean, which is adding all the values and dividing by how many is there. And there is the median, which is finding the middle of the data when you have ordered all of your data from smallest to largest. So the main aim of today's lesson is to calculate the range, mean, median, and mode of different data sets. And remember, the mode is the one that appears the most. So let's put this into action. So let's say we took a survey of 10 people and asked them how many chocolate bars they have eaten this week. And they came up with the following. All right, so let's first of all start by looking at the range, which is going to be the biggest minus the smallest number. So what's the biggest number in our list here? 8. Do you believe that someone ate 8 chocolate bars a week? Delicious, I'm not complaining. And minus the smallest number, which is 0. So our range is 8. So that means our data spans across 8 values. We are then going to look at the mean. The mean is adding all the values up and dividing by how much is there. So you go 8 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 3 divided by 10. There were 10 values there. And that comes out to 2.8. So you would say on average, the people we surveyed had 2.8 chocolate bars a week, because that's the average. Now, the median, is the middle of a data when arranging from smallest to largest. So don't forget the smallest to largest part. So the smallest numbers are first. We got the 2, then we got 3, 4, 7, 8. I think I got it. The best way to count, though, is there were 10 pieces of data. Are there 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oopsies, we've missed something. Let's check. We've got the 2 zeros. We've got the 1. We've got the 2. There are 3 3s. Let me just change that. Fixed. So make sure you check your data when you are arranging it in order. So now we've got to find the middle, and the way we do it is by crossing out the biggest and the smallest till you reach the middle. So let's do it. Biggest, smallest, biggest, smallest, biggest, smallest, biggest, smallest. Whoa, hold up. We have got 2 numbers. When you've got 2 numbers, you have to find the mean, or the average of the 2 of them. So add them together, divide by 2. 3 plus 3 divided by 2 is 3. Done. I'll show you a situation where you don't have 2 numbers in the middle at a later time. And then the mode is the one that appears the most. Which number appears the most in that list? It's 3. It appears 3 times. Done. You just found the range, mean, median, and mode. So how about when you've got an odd amount of numbers? How do you find the median? So say, for example, how many hours of social media did certain year 7s spend in a week? Someone spent 1 hour, someone spent 10 hours, someone spent 4 hours, someone spent 7 hours, and someone spent 6 hours. Let us find the median of this value, of these values. So we're going to put them in order. 1, 4, 6, 7, 10. We've got 5. And let's go, remember, biggest, smallest, slowly reach the middle. Biggest, smallest, done. So it's a lot easier with odd numbers. So when you've got an even amount of numbers, that's when you're going to average the two middle ones. And if it's an odd number, it just lands up being one number. So in this case, it's a 6. Now let's focus on that social media data again. But imagine we had one person who spent a whopping 52 hours on social media that week. You got to admit that compared to the rest of the data, it's a little bit different. These are all around 10, these first values. But then this one's like 50. So when you see a piece of data that's a little bit extra compared to the rest, or way below, we call it an outlier. It's a piece of data that's a bit different to all the rest by quite a significant amount. Now, if we wanted to talk about the middle of this data, so a measure of center, we could use median or the mean to figure this out. So let's start with the median. Very similar to the procedure we had before. Put those numbers in order. And let's go. Biggest, smallest. We've got two numbers in the middle. We are going to average them. So add them up, divide by 2. 13 divided by 2 is 7.5, which seems about right. So on average, students are spending 7.5 hours on social media per week. But let's try using the mean. It means we're going to add all of these up and divide it by how many numbers there were in the list. And let's see what we get. 13.3 recurring. But hold up, does that seem right? Majority of our numbers are less than 10. So is this a true representation of the middle of our data? I hope all of you are saying no. And that's because our outlier here is influencing the outcome. So just watch out, when you have an outlier, it is better to use the median because it's not affected by the outlier, whilst the mean is affected by the outlier. So just watch out for that. So hopefully today you have a better idea on how to calculate the range, mean, median, and mode of data, and you can have a good idea of which measures of center to use based on whether you have an outlier or not. Hey, diddle, diddle.